I
knew this was happening. It's like an engagement, I knew it was happening.
I have a thing for you.
I'm probably gonna cry. That's really emotional.
Alright, Daniella, or Melanie and Daniella. It all begins with kindergarten.
I know, it's right there.
Our friendship began when we met in Miss Herrick's kindergarten class. Little did we know this would be the beginning of a lifelong friendship.
Aww.
From recess at Bridlewood to awkward days at Downing, we made some amazing memories playing in middle school band together. Field days at Mini Society. Finally, we made it to high school and we went into freshman year and you were by my side through all the crazy adventures. So we became Silver Stars, dressed up as collars and tiaras for Halloween, spent hours goofing off in the dance room during study hall, made up weird spirit chants. I got my first car and you were one of the first people to see it, and we sat directly next to each other during football season. I found that in a good week.
Oh my gosh, that was so good.
Sophomore year, we made Marquette, saw R5 in concert, spent endless weekends making Walmart runs to get candy. We kicked butt in contest season. I will never forget how you always knew every single dance, even the ones you weren't in.
Yep.
Sophomore year was also the first time we did our signature pose.
Oh my gosh.
There they are.
Holy crap, we've taken so many.
The pose still continues to this day, over 6 years later. It's crazy how much we've changed over the years. Look at us. There's so many pictures. Aww. Look at all of them. Same pose.
I can't see.
But I'll see you later. I'll look later. Junior year, we saw One Direction in concert, traveled to Mexico for my mom's wedding, continued our midnight trips to Walmart getting snacks and candy, made unforgettable memories in Marquette's, and it only got better from there. And then came senior year. Whoa. Senior year was one for the books. I seriously have no clue how I would have made it through senior year of high school without you. From our first Silver Star installation to our last Marquette installation, you have been there by my side through it all. Dancing in the wings of the stage during spring show, screaming and cheering me on whenever I did my first solo, rocking spirit days, spending countless hours doing makeup and hair for performances, and everything else that went into our jail team days. From Halloween parties, powder puff football, home ec classes, and sleepovers all the time, to senior breakfasts at Bridlewood and looking into colleges, we made so many memories and it didn't stop there.
College!
The lights on the stage faded and our time at Marcus was coming to an end. After we walked the stage at graduation, it was time to go our separate ways. We may have gone to different universities, but it didn't stop us from continuing our journey. Man, I love college. College was a blast, dude. Piketing. Surprising you in Lubbock, freshman year. Attempting not to run into people from high school everywhere, traveling, and so much more. We had some amazing memories, as some that I hope I forget about someday. Ha ha. I will never forget when we both finished our sorority recruitment freshman year and found out we were both going to be Chi Omegas. I think that truly shows that we were always meant to be sisters. You always knew how to have a great time. True. And I love that you always hype me up whenever I break out in my dance room and act like a weirdo. We've been through a lot together. We've traveled across the globe. Our friend group may have changed through the years, but we always stuck together. Here we go.
Oh no, this one's so paragraph.
My arm's getting tired.
Brooke, if you want, you can take over. There we go.
I got it.
All right.
You
have been my...
No.
You've been there since day one. Ever since kindergarten, you've been my friend that I can always count on for anything. We may fight sometimes, but that's always what sisters do. Sometimes we disagree and sometimes we get mad, but no matter what happens, we just want the best for each other. True. You are someone I tell my secrets to and someone who will always love me. You are such an incredible friend, and I seriously don't know what I would have done in my life without you. You help me pick out and try on fashionable clothing from Forever 21 even when I don't want to. Wait, sorry. You always know how to make me feel beautiful because you know the right camera angles.
I do.
Sometimes you cry at funny things, like the time in high school when I told you about you know what, and you started crying. I bet you know what I'm talking about. You constantly make me laugh, and you always know how to make a casual night memorable, at home memorable. From watching movies and binge eating candy after long hours wandering around Walmart to get the best candy and our trips to the trips around the world, we spent hours choreographing dances, recording awkward vines, watching Ellen's show live and in person, adventuring on LA and Mexico, taking thousands of pictures, had countless sleepovers, and so much more. Through it all, you have been such a loving and supportive friend. You lifted my spirits when I was going through hard times, and you celebrated with me during the best times. Daniella, you are truly an amazing friend, and I can't imagine my life without you.
Aww.
You were there when I first came home from camp in 2011 and told you that I was about this hot British guy that I was obsessed with.
Ollie, you're listening?
You were there years later when I told you that we were dating, and you were one of the first people that I called when he asked me to marry him. And now I want you to be there for the next step of my journey. So will you be my bridesmaid?
Duh. Oh, that was cute. I didn't cry.
You kept it together.
I didn't cry.
This is for you.
That's so cute.
Oh,
That's so
cute. I'm gonna cry.
Oh, I really like it.
I love you. Now, this isn't the end because there's more. Hey Melissa, my camera lady, come sit right here.
I didn't know. Should I leave? I wasn't ready. Is mine as long as that?
Sit on down.
Am I supposed to? I thought I was told to keep recording.
Yeah, you are. Okay. That was a real smooth transition we did there.
Okay.
That was good.
Okay.
All right, Melissa.
Okay.
Mel and Mel, friends, sisters, and roommates.
Oh my God! I'm gonna be a bridesmaid. I've never been to a wedding ever.
Wait, really?
Oh,
Yeah, she's never been to a wedding.
I haven't asked you yet. Let me ask you. You just made us be a Christmas present. You don't know.
Imagine how exciting that would be. And you're a bridesmaid, and here's your Christmas present.
All right. Remember when we first met in dance class freshman year? I would have never expected that I was meeting my future friend, sorority sister, roommate, and my other Mel. Sophomore year of high school, I remember we both started hanging out with the same crowd, and finally at the start of junior year, you made Marquettes, and that's where our friendship took off. Friday night football games and midnight IHOP trips, morning hangouts in the locker room where you kept an endless amount of water bottles in your locker, sitting across the row from each other on the bus on the way to football games, dressing up like the Avatar and filming you mess with the elements outside your house for show tryouts, and our incredible trip to Disney. So many amazing things have happened that year that shaped us into the friends that we are today.
That first started with me. So real.
There's a Barbie that
5
curses
years.
people to not have boyfriends, basically. And Melissa,
Oh, you got it?
She just rang true.
Why does that explain everything?
It goes to people who just aren't destined to have boyfriends.
I swear they were always trying to find a reason to dress you up like a guy that year.
Yes, so we still do.
Here's all the boys just here. Oh boy, then came senior year. I still can't tell if we peaked in senior year or not. I think I did.
I hope I didn't.
Senior year was one of the most memorable times to this day. Getting blinded by soap at Foam Wonderland, kicking butt during our last football season, spending every Friday night hanging out after the game, you cheering me on while I did my first solo competition season, being roommates at our senior trip, kind of participating in flag football. We got a t-shirt. So spending homecoming eating frozen yogurt, stealing the Mona Lisa, and taking our final pics during spring show. I never thought that I would have so much fun with a group of people, and then I realized I was about to spend the next 4 years with my best friends at UNT. Welcome to UNT, and I love college. I will never forget how excited I was when I found out that you and Haley were going to UNT. I remember thinking that we were all going to be best friends, join the same sorority group, live together, and do everything together. She rushed into her
Hey, then Brooke wouldn't have been born.
I still can't believe how right I was.
Freshman year. I remember coming into college feeling really unsure. Both you and Haley were going to be roommates, and had already met so many cool people during first flight week. During first flight week, I remember being worried that I was going to be left out and not get to experience all the cool dorm life shenanigans since I was living off campus. But boy, was I wrong! I think you experienced more than I did. Both you and Haley immediately updated me on all the inside jokes and monumental moments from first flight week. You introduced me to all your new friends, and you made me feel like I never even left. I knew from that moment that y'all were going to be my friends for the rest of my life. Freshman year was a crazy one. Going through recruitment together, running home to Chi Omega, tailgating, and the creation of the Platinums, sleepovers in Bruce, running in the halls, are running down the halls and doing splits on the Bruce stairs. Sneaking through the back door of Bruce to avoid the front desk. Meeting our crew, photo shoots around Denton, and so many unforgettable memories. I wouldn't have wanted to experience my first year of college with anybody yet. The year of the
Platinum!
Sophomore year was the year of the Platinums. I was so pumped when we decided to live together with Busy and Lauren. The four of us made some hilarious memories in that corner apartment / house. Our Christmas party, adopting Maggie, spring break in Galveston, getting our littles, Thursday nights at Electric Cowboy, working at the Parker Haunted House, our amazing trip to Austin, Texas, and ATO formal where you basically almost died from drowning, where you were...
It was like drowning.
We're all just a few things that we did that year. Junior year, year 3. Going into junior year, I was so ready to be back home after being a Rogam. I remember running home to Kayamega and automatically crying. If I remember correctly, you looked at me and said, "Are you actually crying right now?" And then you felt uncomfortable and laughed and went and walked away. Oh my gosh. Junior year was full of amazing memories. You finally turning 21 and going to Fry, only to say, "I don't get the hype" after 5 minutes of being there. Junior year was also the year that we upgraded to 1451, enjoyed loads of quality time with our friends, drove to Lubbock to celebrate Daniella's 21st birthday.
Oh, Eric!
Little Eric. The last episode of Teen Wolf aired.
Oh, wow.
We took pictures in the pool, a very cold pool they made me get into.
Oh my god, yeah!
Took the UNT bus to Fry. made plans to live with Haley and Brooke next year. We were so ready to take it home senior year. We were ready to take it home senior year. Senior year!
Yeehaw!
Senior year was by far my favorite year of college. We had incredible roommates and made memories that I will cherish forever. Our house was filled with endless spray tans, family dinner nights with the balcony gals, lots of lots of candles, and tons of quotable phrases. Senior year included
meeting White Don't We, bringing in 21 years of age with Tyler, rocking our final Kayamega recruitment, dancing until your dress broke on formal night, laughing at who knows what with our roommates, walking the stage of graduation for the second time at UNT, at the UNT pit. Not to be graduated, and finally ending the year with a roomy trip to Florida as we drove around the golf carts and got a little sunburn. Yeah, y'all did. And laughed the entire time. We've come a long way. Here we go. Melissa. My other Mal. I still can't believe that it's been over 8 years since we met in dance class. Seriously? Yeah. Seriously, where is the time gone? I hope that you know how incredibly grateful I am to have you in my life. Now you make me laugh at your weird sense of humor. You make me smile at all your hilarious memories we've made over the years, and you keep me in line and remind me how to be a better person.
Okay, sometimes we disagree, sometimes we bicker, but we always grow from it because we only want the best for each other. Melissa, I cannot imagine my life without my other Mel. From our bus rides and kick lines and Marquettes to walking the stage of graduation with a college degree at UNT, you have been by my side through it all. Through every up and down, every mistake and achievement. You have been there on my worst and most embarrassing days to talk me through and help me move forward. You have been there on my best days to celebrate and cheer me on. We've been through so much together over these last 8 years, and I can't wait to see what adventures we have in store for us in the future. Melissa, thank you for always being the person that I could go to, whether it was to vent, take late night trips to Whataburger, go to Kayamega events, study, or watch Teen Wolf, jam out to incredible music, take care of people because you're an awesome dad, dance in the house like nobody's around, or anything and everything in between. You were there when Ollie and I first began dating, and you were there when Ollie and I decided to start our visa. A whole podcast about it. You were there to wait screaming and take pictures when I came home from Paris and England with an engagement ring. You were there to surprise me with my engagement party. You were there to say, "Hello, Ollie," in your surprisingly good British voice that Ollie says.
Hello, Ollie!
Every day when I would be FaceTiming Ollie in my room. I cannot imagine starting Ollie and I's next chapter in our relationship without you standing by my side when I say I do. So with that being said, Melissa, my other Mel, Will you be my bridesmaid?
Yeah. Hello, Ollie.
Oh my gosh, here you go.
When they walk down, when they come in,
Everybody say, oh, I'm falling. Jeez. It's not a picture, it's still a video.
You make me move.